We have distorted the truth for our own advantage.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, we have conformed to fashion and not to conscience.
We have indulged in despair and trafficked with cynics.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, we have given meager support to our houses of study.
We have neglected our heritage of learning.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, we have sinned against ourselves and paid scant heed to the life of the Spirit.
We have sinned against ourselves and have not risen to fulfill the best that is in us.
V'al kulam Eloha slichot, slach lanu, l'chal lanu, kaper lanu.
Pardon us, grant us atonement.
You are the one who pardons us and forgives us. You are the guide to a life rich and sweet. With your love and strength, grant us this day the clarity to see ourselves and to change direction and return to you. Bless us with a day of honest contemplation and exploration. Guide us in our search for forgiveness.
As you have blessed our ancestors in every generation, bless us too on this sacred day with your light and love, and forgive us our mistakes.
Blessed are you who sets this day apart from all other days to do the sacred work of self-reflection. We pause now for a few moments of silent meditation, either reading the beautiful meditations on page 56 and 57, or turning inward and praying the prayers that come from our own hearts.
Compassion, you are
Thank you, young adults. Another L'Ador Vador moment for us all.
We're on the top of page 59.
It's up to us to call ourselves to task, to sing what's good and true, to bring about redemption. It's what we were free to do. For what's the point of being here if we're not moved to change our ways? It's time to live our praise. We are carrying the stories of the ones who came before. But stories will be told of us when we are here no more. We commit ourselves to action. It brings meaning to our days. Alleluia, it's time to live our praise. It's up to us to hold the vision. We are an answer to a call. It's up to us to live the words we speak for the benefit of all. It's up to us to bow down deeply. There's a broken world to raise. Alleluia, it's time to live our praise. Alleluia, it's time to live our praise. Alleluia, shabeach ladon hakol. Lateit gedula liotze breshit. Shelo asanu kigoye ha'arasot. Velo samanu kemishpachot ha'adama. Shelo sam chelkeinu kahem. Vegor aleinu kechol hamonam. Vanachnu korim umishtachavim umodim. Lifnei melech malchei hamlachim. HaKadosh Baruch Hu, V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Yihye Adonai echad, U'shemo, We invite Kolot to join us on the bima once again. And we are honoring young adult leaders in our congregation, Jory and Courtney Guastav. Who are they? Young leaders in our food fair, and they sing in the young adult choir, and Kolot, and on and on and on. The next generation, L'Ador Vador. And to carry the Torah, more wonderful young leaders in our congregation, Corinne Ponder and Zoe Utterbach, young members of the Purim team, ready to be handed down the baton in the years to come.
And our shofar blowers, of course. Come on up, shofar blowers. So much. Come on up. Okay. Okay.
Tekiah.
Oh, wait 1 second.
what?
Wait 1 second.
Shvarim Teruah. Tekiah. Tekiah. Shvarim. Tekiah. Tekiah. Teruah. Tekiah.
Open the ark. Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kemasecha, malchutecha malchut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai imloch, le'olam avaed. Adonai os le'amo yitain. Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Ki
Metzion tetzei Torah. Ki Metzion tetzei Torah. Udevar Adonai Mirushalayim. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah. Le'amo Yisrael B'kedushato. Beit Yaakov lechuvanelcha ba'or Adonai. O house of Jacob, come, let us walk in the light of our God. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh v'norah Shemo. Did. So the Torah reading for the afternoon of Yom Kippur is from Leviticus, and it's the holiness code. It's all about holiness. And I think when we hear that word, so many of us immediately think of spiritual things. Saying a prayer, lighting candles, going to a mountaintop, and meditating. And while, yes, those are all potentially holy experiences where some of us feel that we're connecting with the divine, however we define that, a spiritual experience, for lack of a better term, that's not exactly how Jewish tradition looks at holiness. Well, it's that too, but in our Torah portion, it's really not that. It's all about laws. It's all about commandments. It's all about bringing order to a world that otherwise would be filled with chaos. Well, it still is, but just think if we didn't have codes of holiness, codes of laws to help us to live side by side with some semblance of order. That's how holiness is defined in our Torah portion, and these are the laws that we're reminded of that we need to follow to bring peace and to bring blessing and, yes, holiness into our world. And I invite Deborah Blinder to join us on the bima. She's going to chant our first Aliyah. And these words are not spoken just to the leaders of that time. They're spoken to all the congregation, commanding all of us to be holy. So all of us are going to have the honor of the Aliyot this afternoon in groups. We're going to have a few representatives of each of those generations join us up on the bima, and then everyone else who fits in these slices that I'm going to define will please stand at your seats and have the honor of the Aliyah from your seats. Yamod Rishon for our first Aliyah, age 18 and younger, represented by Adrian Vasquez and Jolene Vasquez.
So if you're 18 or younger, please stand.
18 and younger, please.
Join Adrian and Jolene in the blessings. And it doesn't matter if you haven't had your bar mitzvah yet, you can still participate in this one.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam asher bahar banu mikol amin v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'torah.
Amen.
Amen.
וידבר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל כל עדת בני ישראל, ואמרת עליהם קדושים תהיו, כי קדוש אני אדוני אלוהיכם. איש אמו ואביו תיראו, ואת שבתותי תשמעו. אני אדוני אלוהיכם. אל תפנו אל האלילים ואלוהי מסכה לא תעשו לכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Yasher Koach.
Baruch hu atah Adonai, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, b'chayei olam natan b'toheinu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. Yasher Koach, and Yasher Koach to everyone, and to Deborah, who chanted so beautifully. Not easy in front of a big crowd, or even a small crowd. Right. Yambo Cheni for our second Aliyah, aged 19 to 54, represented by Greg and Nicole Balfour. What's so funny? Casey Shadman, Mia Neustadt, and Marissa Melhoit. And this small group that we're inviting onto the Bima to represent this age cohort grew up here at Temple and now have students in our TK and second grade class. Lador Vador.
We're so excited to have it.
And everyone who's out there, join in the singing of the Aliyah. This is your honor.
You ready? Nice and close. We're starting right here. All right.
Baruch et Adonai Hamborach.
Baruch Adonai Hambarach Le'olam Vahed.
Baruch Adonai Hamborach Le'olam Vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bahar banu mikol ha'amin, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Uvkutrechem et ketziratchem lo techaleh ve'atzarcha liktzor ve'leket ketzircha lo tlaket ve'chamcha lo te'olel uferet kamcha lo tlaket le'oni v'lager ta'azov otam. Ani Adonai Elohechem lo tignovu velo techachashu velo tishakru ish b'mito velo tishavu vishmi lashaker vechilalta et shem Elohecha ani Adonai lo ta'ashok et reacha ולא תגזול, לא תלין פעולת שכיר איתך עד בוקר. לא תקלל חרש ולפני עיוור לא תיתן מכשול, ויראת מאלוהיך אני אדוני. לא תעשו עוול במשפט, לא עמיתם במשפט, לא תישא פני דר ולא תדר, פני גדול בצדק תשפוט עמיתך. לא תלך רכיל בעמך, לא תעמוד על דם רעך, אני אדוני. לא תשנא את אחיך בלבבך, תוכיח את עמיתך, ולא תישא עליו חטא. לא תיקום ולא תיטור את בני עמך, ואהבת לרעך כמוך, אני אדוני.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, notei haTorah.
Amen. And for our third Aliyah, we're going for 55 to 120. We do have some centenarians here at Temple, represented by Alan and Marion Goldberg, who are very far from 120. And Alan, of course, for years has been the head, the shepherd of our foundation fund, which is so vitally important to the financial life of our temple, and we appreciate his love and dedication and his financial smarts, and he takes good care of us. And we love Marion, too.
Oh, thank you. Who takes good care of him.
Yes, there you go.
Is this an honor or an insult?
Okay, let's go. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim, v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Mipnei sevat hakum, vehidarta pnei zaken, ve'yareta me'elohecha, ani Adonai. Vechi yagur itcha ger be'artchem, lo tonu oto ke'ezrach mikem, yeh lachem hager hagar itchem, ve'ahavta lo kamocha, ki gerim heitem be'eretz Mitzrayim, ani Adonai Elohechem. Lo ta'asu אבל במשפט, במידה, במשקול ובמשורה. מאזני צדק, אבני צדק, אפוד צדק, והן צדק יהיה לכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, ושמרתם את כל חוקותי ואת כל משפטי, ועשיתם אותם. אני אדוני. ברוך אתה אלוהינו מלך העולם,
אשר נתן לנו תורת אמת, וחיי עולם נטע בתוכנו. ברוך אתה אדוני נותן התורה. We invite Abby Bell to come on the bema to help have the honor of addressing the Torah. We rise either physically or in spirit.
וזאת התורה אשר שם משה לפני בני ישראל על פי אדוני ביד משה. הודו על ארץ ושמיים וירם כרם לעמו תהילה לכל חסידיו לבני ישראל עם קרובו. Hallelujah, hallelujah. כי לכך טוב נתתי לכם תורתי, אל תעזובו. עץ חיים היא, המחזיקים בה, ותומכיה מאושר. דרכיה דרכי נועם, וכל נתיבותיך שלום. השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובה. חדש חדש ימינו, חדש ימינו כקדם.
You may be seated. So we are transitioning now into our Yizkor memorial service. And everyone is welcome to stay. It is a somber time, and it is maybe a time that might be difficult for young children to sit quietly in the service, and if that's the case, maybe best to allow them to have the space in the lobby or outside on the playground, but at your discretion. We just ask for a quiet, peaceful Yizkor. And we begin with our memorial book, Once Upon a Time, that was just printed and sitting out for people to take and to leaf through the pages and to find the names of their loved ones. And with COVID and everything going online, all our services, all our classes, we put our memorial book online. And not only did we put up the names, but we invited people to send in pictures. And it was such a powerful and wonderful thing to see that we've decided to continue. And so our Yizkor service begins with a video memorial book that includes both names and pictures, and we invite you to watch and also to start to prepare yourself emotionally for this hour of Yizkor. Think about your own loved ones who you are remembering today. We come here this afternoon, our hearts heavy with memories. What do we do with these memories? Jody Scaravella, the author of a unique new cookbook, asked that very question. He grew up in a close-knit Italian neighborhood in Brooklyn, surrounded by a family so warm and loving that until he was 50 years old, he chose to live on the same block where he had grown up. His sister lived right across the street. Evenings and weekends were filled with the smells and the tastes of the generations gathering around the kitchen of his nonna, his very traditional Italian grandmother. When all seemed to be humming right along, tragedy struck. He recalls, I lost my grandfather and father, my grandmother and my mother and my sister in a fairly quick succession. I was feeling bereft, like the last man standing. The street, once so full of life and laughter, now became haunted with shadows. He looked around the place where he had felt most at home in the world, and he couldn't find home there anymore. Without those he loved, the street was just a street. Well, all those losses had left him with a little bit of inheritance, and he decided he would use it to start a new life. Thinking that after 50 years in the city, a nice house near the water would be just right for his second chapter. So he asked a realtor to find him a home on Staten Island. By serendipity, he found a house he fell in love with the moment he walked in. The dining room had a little shelf wrapping all around the room, the perfect place to display his mother's dishes. Surrounding himself with memories of his beloved family felt right. But in this new house, in this new place, there was so much missing. Until one day, he was walking near the docks and he spotted a storefront for rent. It felt, he said, like a cozy little restaurant. He thought he could display his mother's dishes on the wall. But he realized that it was what was on those plates that brought his family's memory to life. His big, close-knit Italian family, you see, gathered around Nona's table. But it was in the authentic handmade pasta and the Parmesan grated just so, in the sauces and in the smiles that their memories lived. On that walk, an idea clicked into place. Jody drafted an ad to place in the local Italian language newspaper for a very particular kind of cook for his new restaurant. He wasn't sure if anyone would reply. Some friends told him it was a crazy idea. The ad invited grandmothers, nonas, to come to his restaurant. The request was simple. Cook whatever you're inspired to cook. Your best recipe, your most authentic dishes that bring your family together around your table. A different nona offering a different meal on every night. Lo and behold, the restaurant has become an astounding success. People come by ferry from Manhattan and from all over the world to eat what are living memories. Not only for Jody Scaravella, but for so many, the taste of their own beloved departed Nona's kitchen. In the smells, the tastes, what was lost is re-experienced, and even if just for a few moments, it lives again. Jody named the restaurant Enoteca Maria after his mother. He says, I realize now that I was unconsciously trying to fill gaps, to recreate the warmth, to reconnect with the embrace of the family I had lost. Excuse me. In many ways, these past 10 days, we have all been in Nona's kitchen. Maybe in our Bubby's matzo ball soup or brisket recipe, or our mother's fine china taken out special for the holidays. In our father's kiddush, or memories of a warm embrace heading off to synagogue, or sitting together with our siblings, whispering and laughing or trying our best to stay awake during the long service. For those who didn't grow up in a Jewish home, you have your own memories of the traditions you had in your homes and the warm memories of family and good friends that surround them. But sadly, for so many of us, those days are long gone. We can't feel their touch. We cannot see their smile. Cannot hold their hand in our own. We are acutely aware, especially during this hour of Yizkor, that we do not live in Nona's kitchen. Or do we? Because the interesting thing about Yizkor, this time of memory, is that it reminds us that we do not have to feel their touch to be touched by them. We do not have to hold their hands to be their hands, making this world a better place in their memory. John Tierney reported in the New York Times about a new research study. Nostalgia, he wrote, had been considered a disorder. Ever since the term was coined, longing to return home, nostos in Greek, and the accompanied pain, algos. To revisit the story of what we have lost had been understood as clinging to that which we can no longer have. But the study discovered that just the opposite is true. It turns out that when we revisit memories of blessings, we discover the strength to create blessings anew. A few days before Rosh Hashanah, Lindy and I went over to O'Connor Woods. We went to visit a few of our temple members living there. And as we entered one of the buildings, totally by chance, we ran into a few of the residents who had been friendly with my mother when she lived there. And they were happy to see us, and we spent a few moments chatting and catching up. And they both shared good memories of my mom, who's been gone for almost 4 years now, but obviously not forgotten. They talked about how she taught so many ladies at O'Connor Woods how to play mahjong, and how she organized games that brought so many people together. And they shared with us how much she was loved and how much she's missed. And
I was so touched that they remembered my mother so fondly. And I was so moved by the stories that they told in such a positive way. It gave me the chance to remember. And to feel once again her goodness and her sweetness and her enthusiasm for life. One of the ladies said, and she sure liked to shop. Which was so very true. That short conversation really made my day. Made me think about that nostalgia study that suggested our memories have a positive effect because they help us understand that our lives have roots and continuity. They provide a texture to life, and they give us strength to move forward. We all have memories, some of them extraordinary, some of them painful, but each of them, this study reminds us, is a gem. Jody Scaravella moved away from the old neighborhood to a new life, but he kept telling the story from his mother's dishes to his Nona's delicacies. In telling that story, he invited the entire community in. The Nonas he invited in to cook for a night or two have become extended family. They have found community and connection and healing in each other. One Nona even moved away to New Jersey, but she still commutes 1.5 hours each way to cook 2 nights a month. In remembering, they continue to create new memories. Jody and the Nonas published a book titled Nona's House, Cooking and Reminiscing with the Italian Grandmothers of Enoteca Maria. So that's our calling for today. To remember. We may not have the voice or the smile of those special loved ones anymore, but we do have their stories. And as the authors Charles and Anne Morse once wrote, and into us, all that lives of our loved ones have gone. It is in us that their history becomes the future. Kenya Hiratsan.
With me in my heart, with me in my soul, wherever I go, you're with me through my dreams, although sometimes it might seem like I'm alone. You're with me, and all I have to do is think of you. There is no time, no place
there's ever been an empty space. 'Cause you've been with me, you're the spark, the breath of life, the perfect part that fills me with strength and wisdom and peace. You're with me day and night, even when I question what I know is right. You're with me, and all I have to do is think of you. There is no time, no place, there's ever been an empty space. 'Cause you've been with me, you're the spark, the breath of life, the perfect part, fills me with strength and wisdom and peace. You're with me day and night, even when I question what I know is right. When I lose sight and start to pray, and right away I know you're with me. You're with me.
Page 71. Oh, I'm sorry, page 70. We read together. Adonai Ro'i, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters.
He restoreth my soul.
He guideth me in straight paths for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou hast anointed my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Sinai, I will lift my eyes to the hills and their creator, who made all heaven and earth.
I will lift my eyes to you.
I will lift my eyes to the one that neither sleeps nor slumbers, my strength in time of need.
I will lift my eyes to the maker of the mountains I can't climb.
I will lift my eyes to the calmer of the oceans raging wild.
I will lift my eyes to the healer of the hurt I hold inside.
I will lift my eyes to you.
Sinai, El Harim, Me'ayin Yavo, Ezri.
It is a fearful thing to love what death can touch. A fearful thing to love, hope, dream, to be, and oh, to lose. Your life has lived in me. Your laugh once lifted me. Your word was gift to me. To remember this brings a painful joy. 'Tis a human thing, love, a holy thing, to love what death has touched.
Hamakom Yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom Yenachem etchem. May our love embrace you. B'toch sha'ar avilei Zion, Yerushalayim, may their memory bring you peace, bring you strength, and be a blessing. Hamakom Yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom Yenachem etchem. May our love embrace you. Baruch atah b'varecha, u'baruch atah b'tzedecha. B'toch sha'ar avilei Zion, Yerushalayim, may their memory bring you peace, bring you strength, and be a blessing. Hamakom Yenachem etchem. May the Holy One comfort you. Hamakom Yenachem etchem.
We rise either physically or in spirit.
Malei rachamim, shochen baramim, amsei menucha nechona, tachat kanfei hashchina. Kedoshim u'torim, kezohar harakeim. שחלכו לעולמם בעל הרחמים. יסתרם בשיא כנפיו לעולמים, ויצרור, ויצרור. החיים את נשמתם. אדוני הוא נחלתם, וינוחו בשלום, בשלום, על משכבם. ונאמר Amen.
God, full of compassion, bring proper rest beneath the wings of your Shekhinah. Amid the ranks of the holy and the pure, illuminating like the brilliance of the skies, the souls of our beloved and our blameless who went to their eternal place of rest. God, forever enfold them in the embrace of your wings and bind their souls among the living, that they may rest in peace. And let us say, Amen. Please be seated. We take a few quiet moments again, each of us taking time and space to remember those who we are remembering. Bring them into our mind's eye. Remember their smiles, the smells of their cooking, their love and embrace, and spend time with them at this hour of Yizkor.
rising of the sun and in its going down. We remember them.
Page 78.
In the blowing of the wind and in the chill of winter, we remember them. In the opening of buds and in the rebirth of spring,
We remember them.
in the blueness of the sky and in the warmth of summer,
We remember them.
in the rustling of leaves and in the beauty of autumn,
We remember them.
in the beginning of the year and when it ends,
We remember them.
when we are weary and in need of strength,
We remember them.
when we are lost and sick at heart,
We remember them.
when we have joys we yearn to share.
We remember them.
So long as we live, they too shall live, for they are now a part of us as we remember them. We invite those who are joining us from home, if you have names of loved ones who have died in the last year that you would like to share with us so we can bring them into this holy space, please send them in the chat. The following are the names of loved ones, members of our congregation, who died in this past year since last Yom Kippur. If you are mourning family here, please rise when I recite your loved one's name. Barbara Bloom, Lucky Carter, Fred Cohen, Ricardo Contreras, Craig Corin, Nathan Corin, Sylvia Fischler, George Foley, Mike Greenberg, Faye Cushions, Larry Lang, Laura Lipner, Vince Lopez, Richard Lowy, Clarence Pollock, Gloria Saltzman, Larry Solomon, Imelda Tamez, Anthony Zapanta. And we invite everyone in the room, either reciting names of loved ones who have died in the past year or just the names of loved ones that you remember who have died in years past. I invite you to stand and say their names.
And I'd like to add from those at home, Adeline Berg, Faye Cushions, Andrew Singer, and Monique Bybel.
We read together Mourner's Kaddish on page 79. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalmad yivrach erutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yomechon, v'chayei tuchol beit Yisrael, v'agalav v'yisman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam v'lomei amaya, Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudisha barichu, ve'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechemata, ta'amiran b'yoma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mromav, Huya se shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
Amen.
To everything there is a season, a time for everything under the sun, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to laugh and a time to cry, a time to dance and a time to mourn, a time to seek and a time to let go. This is the time we remember those who gave meaning to our lives. This is the time we remember the bonds that tied us together, the love that we shared,
and the memories that remain with us still. Amen.
Amen.
We continue on page 81. The ending is near. We will go out into the world just as we went out of Mitzrayim to freedom. These days have been a chance to see ourselves as we are and as we'd like to be, free of the same old routines that have held us in bondage.
The sun is slanting down in the western sky, and in its decline the sacred day is waning. The gates are closing. In 10 days of awe, we sift through the pages of our lives, all our failures, hopes, and hurts, repenting sins, shattered noble goals, restoring hope with healing, faith, and courage to fill the new year with generous deeds of justice, mercy, and love. Will you hold open the gates for us, gates of righteousness and charity, gates of compassion and kindness, gates of tranquility and joy, gates of integrity and truth, gates of pardon and peace.
When we are born, life spreads before us like a corridor with many doors. But as we walk down the corridor, the doors close behind us one by one, year by year. This is the teaching of the Neila service. Remember the unopened doors. Enter them before they close. You may be seated.
Nope.
Oh.
Let's stay standing.
Oh, that's right. It says, those who are able, please rise. We're already rise.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu, Be'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Leah, Elohei Rachel, Ha'el, Hagadol, Hagibor ve'hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Mekoneh HaKol, Vezocher Chasdei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei Bneihem, Leman Shemo Be'ahava. Zochreinu l'chaim, Melech hafetz b'chaim, b'chotveinu b'sefer ha'chaim, lemancha Elohim chayim, Melech Ozer u'Moshiach Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham ve'ezrat Sarah. Amen. Nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam, Keshem shemachdeshim ba'oto bishmei marom, kakatu hayad neviecha, ve'kara ze ve'amar, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Barucha b'chol haaretz, Baruch Kevod Adonai Mimkomo. Echad hu Eloheinu, hu Avinu hu Malkeinu, hu Moshienu vehu Yashmienu, berachamav le'enei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Yimloch Adonai le'olam, Elohai Yitzio, Ledor vador vador, Hallelujah. Ledor vador nagid kolecha, ulenetzach netzachim kedushatcha nahakdish, b'shivchacha Eloheinu mipinu lo yamush, le'olam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai HaMelech HaKadosh.
Page 85.
Today, we call you Avinu Malkeinu, the wise one who loves us, though we can be deceitful. Avinu, who knows our hearts, weak and willful, and still asks for our return. You are the one to whom we turn when in pain or despair or joy. Malkeinu, you are the majesty that abounds in this world and everything you create. You call forth our loyalty. Avinu Malkeinu, accept us when we turn to you. Avinu Malkeinu, patach sha'arei shamayim utfilatenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, let the gates of heaven be open to our plea.
Avinu Malkeinu, na'al tashivenu rekam milfanecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, don't turn us away empty-handed from your presence.
Avinu Malkeinu, slach umachal ulachol avonotenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, forgive and pardon all our misdeeds.
Avinu Malkeinu, zachor ki afar anachnu.
Avinu Malkeinu, remember that we are dust.
Avinu Malkeinu, chamol aleinu va'al olalenu v'tapenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and our children.
Avinu Malkeinu, chadesh aleinu shana tova.
Avinu Malkeinu, let the new year be a good year for us.
Avinu Malkeinu, chatmenu b'sefer chayim tovim.
Avinu Malkeinu, seal us for blessing in the book of life.
Avinu Malkeinu, harem kerem Yisrael hamecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, give strength to your people Israel.
Avinu Malkeinu, kale kol tsar umastin ma'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, make an end to all oppression.
Avinu Malkeinu, hamtzach lanu Yeshua bikarov.
Avinu Malkeinu, hasten the time of our redemption.
Avinu Malkeinu, chanenu va'anenu, ki ein banu ma'asin.
Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, be gracious to us and answer us, even when we have little merit. Treat us generously and with kindness and with our help.
Avinu Malkeinu, chanenu v'anenu. Avinu Malkeinu, chanenu v'anenu, ki ein banu ma'asim. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedakah v'chesed, ve'hoshienu.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Avinu Malkeinu,
Haneinu V'Haneinu,
Haneinu v'Haneinu,
Avinu Malkeinu, Haneinu V'Haneinu, Ki ein banu mastir.
You may be seated. The gates close, the sun set, and darkness descends over this sacred space. Yet we do not fear, for you are with us. Though we have turned away from you, our own truth, please, merciful one, listen to our prayers, for we, all of us, have made mistakes. We have done things we regret, hurt others and ourselves in so many ways, and we ask your forgiveness for turning away.
Hi da di 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 da da di 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 da da di di di. Ashamnu
Ashamnu,
Bagadnu
V'Gadu,
Gazanu
Gazanu,
Dibarnu Dofi
Dibarnu Dofi.
Hi da di 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 da da di 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 da da di di di. Hevinu
Hevinu,
Vehirshanu
V'Hirshanu,
Zadnu
Zadnu,
Hamasnu
Hamasnu,
Tafanu Shaker
Tafanu Shaker.
Hi da di 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 da da di 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 da da di di. Ya'atznu Ra
Ya'atzura,
Kizavnu
Kizavnu,
Latznu
Latsu,
Maradnu
Maradnu,
Ni'atznu
Ni'atsu,
Sararnu
Saranu,
Avinu
Avinu,
Pashanu
Pashanu,
Sararnu
Saranu,
Kishinu Oref
Kishinu Oref,
Ida dai 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 da da dai 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 da da dai dai dai. Rashanu
Rashanu,
Shichatnu
Shichatnu,
Tiavnu
Tiavnu,
Tainu
Tainu,
Titanu
Titanu,
Hi da dai 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 da da dai 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 da da dai dai dai.
Page 88. We sin against you when we abuse our health, betray the truth others place in us, close our eyes to the poor and hungry, dismiss serious matters with a joke, enjoy the downfall of others, forgive in ourselves what we condemn in others, give in to illegitimate pressure, hate others without cause, ignore important issues in our community and country, jeopardize our environment with our carelessness, kid others without regard for their feelings, listen to voices at odds with what we know is right, make no time for those we need. We sin against you when we notice only the fault of others, openly criticize others without knowing the facts, prevent others from showing their own strengths, quietly accept hearsay as fact, refuse to be generous, stifle our conscience, talk of others' failings instead of their successes, use violence to achieve our goals, vilify those with whom we disagree, wait too long to restore relationships, excuse ourselves for hurting others by saying it's their fault, yield to that which is most convenient when a healthier option is available, zip past ideas worthy of deeper consideration. Ve'ha kulam Eloha selicho selach lanu mechalanu kaper lanu ve'ha kulam Eloha selicho selach lanu mechalanu selach lanu mechalanu kaper lanu. Turning toward you, we aspire to realize our potential, believe in ourselves, create a good life, dream about what we might become, exercise our bodies, forgive honest mistakes, glorify the creative spirit, humor ourselves and others, imagine great things, joyfully live each day, kindly help others, love one another, meditate daily. Leaning toward you, we nurture the environment, organize for justice, praise performance well done, question most things, regulate our own behavior, smile often, think rationally, understand ourselves, value life, work for the common good, x-ray and carefully examine problems, yearn to improve, zestfully pursue happiness. Zestfully.
Zestfully.
Still on the bottom of page 89.
Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva. Hashivenu Adonai Elecha v'nashuva. Kadesh, Kadesh, Yameinu, Kadesh, Yameinu, Kekedem, Kadesh, Kadesh, Yameinu, Kadesh, Yameinu, Kekedem, Hashivenu Adonai Elecha One day a year, we make a journey in the company of the whole community of Israel, all of us together, each of us alone. On this day of atonement, let us look at each other and at ourselves with tenderness and honesty. On this day, let us be free to uncover the true meaning of our lives. On this day and every day, let our words, our thoughts, our actions, and our lives be a blessing to the world. Please rise.
Susharim Rashechem Vehinasu Pitrei Olam Veyavo Melech HaKavod Mi Uze Melech HaKavod Adonai Tzvaot Hu Melech HaKavod Selah. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed, Baruch Shem, Kevod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. Adonai Hu Elohim, 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 Adonai Hu Elohim. Woo.
You may be seated. Well, I think many in our congregation know well that Lindy has been hounding you to send pictures so that we could share at the end of this beautiful day in the faces, the happy, smiling, beautiful faces of our congregation with beautiful music behind it. So first I'm going to offer a few thank yous, and then we're going to see these beautiful pictures. Thank you to Deborah Blinder for our Yizkor Memorial Book. Thank you to our musicians, to Carlos Lopez, and Matthew Hackett, and Beth Sanders, to all our choirs, to our shofar blowers, Jerome Pierre, Linda Beckler, Beth Sanders, and Nico Bullard, and to everyone who participated in services today. And Allison Malloy, yes, thank you for joining me in blowing shofar. Thank you to Ari for connecting us all through the live stream and for his creativity, putting together a beautiful slideshow presentation. And to everyone who brought something to share at our breakfast. Our last thanks is to all of you, those who are here, those who are joining us from home. Every one of you is a special part of our community, and you all
are so appreciated. We look forward to a year full of celebration, support, learning, and living. And
Let's
now enjoy.
This is us.
Stick around, we still have Havdalah.
Eile Hamda Libi, 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 Eile Hamda Libi. Sana ve'al na tit'alem, Chusana ve'al na tit'alem, Chusana ve'al na tit'alem, Chusana ve'al na tit'alem. Yourself and shield your love from me. Oh, don't you hide yourself. Eile Hamda Libi. Oh, don't you hide yourself. I'm standing here in need. Oh, don't you hide yourself. Eile Hamda Libi. Eile Hamda Libi, 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 Eile Hamda Libi. fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the Torah, living in the Torah. Go back to the Torah, turn the world around. We come from the Torah, living in the Torah. Go back to the Torah, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושבי תבל, ואמרו אמן. יאללה לה 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 לה
Temple Israel. This is our temple family, and we are so darn lucky to have each other and to have this community in our lives. Thank you, Hilly.
And now half of you are going to end up on the bima because we're going to invite Kolot and all the choirs, all the students, and our shofar blowers up on the bima to sing Open the Gates and do our Havdalah.
We're on page 93.
And Matthew, yes.
The gates are closing. Have we done our work? Can we see ways to return? The gates are opening, another chance to find our way home. Lead us to the entrance. Allow us to enter. God of mercy, as the sun sets and the sky darkens into solitude, hurry up, please. And you prepare to judge our actions and our turnings. Let our prayers and questions and searching on these days of awe be pleasing to you. Open the gates. Open them wide. Show us the way to a life renewed and blessed and sacred and just. Open the gates, and we will return. Open the gates for us and all who seek you. Open the gates.
Sing with us. Page 94. Open the gates of justice. Open the gates for me. Open the gates of righteousness. Read clearly. Open the gates of freedom. Tell me what are we waiting for? Read clearly. Sharet Tzedek Avovam. Odea. Read clearly. Sharet Tzedek Avovam. Odea. Conquer the gates of hatred. Throw away the key. Open the gates of justice. Read clearly. Open the gates of tomorrow. Yes, we traveled oh so far. Read clearly. Sharet Tzedek Avovam. Odea. Read clearly. Sharet Tzedek Avovam. Odea. Even Ma'asu Havoli. Hayta l'Rosh Bina. Even Ma'asu Havoli. Hayta l'Rosh Bina. We're all in this together. Oh, we've got to keep on going till the stone that the builders rejected becomes the chief cornerstone. Till the stone that the builders rejected becomes the chief cornerstone. Open the gates of justice. Open the gates for me. Open the gates of righteousness. Read clearly. Open the gates of tomorrow. Yes, we traveled oh so far. Read clearly. Sharet Tzedek Avovam. Odea. 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 I see some learning lab kids that should be up here. I want you up here. You got a supplement when you were outside. On number 3, La Yehudim. please join us. La Yehudim, Hai Tahora, Hai Tahora, Vestimcha Lesason Vira. La Yehudim, Hai Tahora, Hai Tahora, Vestimcha Lesason Vira.
As we begin Havdalah, I invite everyone to please stand. And some of you feel so far away. Won't you come closer?
There's a lot of room up here in the front.
Come on closer. Come close around the bima. Let's not be so far away from one another. And if you're healthy and you feel comfortable, why don't we place our arms around one another and embrace one another. Baruch atah
besamim.
Borei minei besamim. Borei minei besamim. Lai, lai, la, 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 lai, 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 la, 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 lai, lai, la, 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 lai, 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 la, la, lai, lai, la, la, lai. Lai, lai, la, 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 lai, 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 la, 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 lai, 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 la, la, lai, 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 la, la, lai, lai, la, la, lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech Borei me'orei ha'esh. Borei me'orei ha'esh. Borei me'orei ha'esh. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech ha'olam. Hamavdil ben kodesh l'chol. Hamavdil ben kodesh l'chol. Hamavdil ben kodesh l'chol. Hamavdil ben kodesh l'chol. Hatoteinu imcho. Zareinu v'chaspeinu. Yarpechacho. Bivacho chavim b'alav. Shana tova, 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 shana tova. Good year, a year of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. A good year, a year of peace. May gladness reign and joy increase. Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi, Bimhera ve'amenu, Yavo Eleinu, Mashiach ben David, Mashiach ben David, Eliyahu Hanavi, Eliyahu Hatishbi, Eliyahu, Eliyahu, Eliyahu Hagiladi. To a good year, a year filled with good health and many blessings. To a sweet year ahead, filled with love and kindness and tenderness and peace and forgiveness, all the things that we've been praying for throughout these days. And don't forget to join us for breakfast after the Tekiah Gedola. Tekiah Gedola. Good Yontif, everyone.
Good Yontif, everyone at home.
Now find at least 10 people and wish them good Yontif, and a hug kiss never hurt.
fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the fire, living in the fire. Go back to the fire, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. We come from the water, living in the water. Go back to the water, turn the world around. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life. Whoa, so is life. Ah, so is life. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the mountain, living on the mountain. Go back to the mountain, turn the world around. We come from the Torah, living in the Torah. Go back to the Torah, turn the world around. We come from the Torah, living in the Torah. Go back to the Torah, turn the